Hi, good morning to you all who are watching all over the world. This is your host, your guy himself, DLG Reppin. So, are you watching in Rwanda? Shout out to Rwanda. Are you watching in Hawaii? Are you watching in Belgium? Are you watching in Belarus? Is anyone watching in Kazakhstan? Is anyone watching in Saudi Arabia? Is anyone watching in Qatar? Is anyone watching in Scotland? Is anyone watching in Lithuania? Is anyone watching in Barbados? Or is anyone watching in Bahamas? Is anyone watching in Sierra Leone? Shout out to you, Sierra Leones. I think it's the first time I shouted you out. Is anyone watching in Morocco? Anyone watching in Bolivia? Anyone watching in El Salvador? Shout out to El Salvador. First time I'm shouting you out. It's about time, innit? Anyone watching in New Zealand? Anyone watching in Somalia? Anyone watching in Namibia? Anyone watching in South Africa? Anyone watching in Panama? Or have I got fans watching in Serbia? Or have I got fans watching in Costa Rica or Puerto Rico? Shout out to the Puerto Ricans and Costa Ricans. This is your host, your guy himself, DLG Reppin. Now, I'm going to talk to you about Mikel Arteta'S press conference because I've just been watching it, and it's the build-up to the Arsenal v Benfica game. Yes, it's that second leg later on, late afternoon, in the evening, early evening. 5 minutes to 6 kickoff, should I say. 5 minutes to 5 will be the team news. That's when I'm going to be on it to give you the team news and the substitutions and the formation. So let's go on to Mikel Arteta'S press conference. One of the at the beginning of the press conference, Mikel Arteta was asked about Bukayo Saka being the best in the country. Arteta turned around and said, "Look, on form, Bukayo Saka's is amongst amongst the best in the league. If you look at his form." He spoke about Aubameyang and mentioned about the goals, and he was asked about. He was told about what Jamie Redknapp said about Aubameyang, how he looks lost and disinterested and whatnot. And Mikel Arteta smoothed it off, and I like the way he smooths things off with an answer. Like he said, "Look, the best thing to do, the best talking to do is the talking on the pitch," and it's true. And it was asked about Aubameyang's hat trick, and he said, "Look, Aubameyang got a hat trick the following week, and he did not score against Benfica," referring to the missed chances. And for me, he said all Aubameyang will need to do is just put the ball into the back of the net, and he said that he's sure he will put the ball into the back of the net. There was some real interesting but intelligent questions asked by the media workers from different tabloids, and one asked him about Eusebio and why does he admire Eusebio. He said that, look, he watches football internationally, and as for the beauty, and he said something about the beauty, as the game being a beautiful game, he will watch football internationally and internally, and what Eusebio done was an inspiration. And yeah, I mean, I never got to see Eusebio live, obviously, for obvious reasons, but he was a top world-class footballer. and he inspired billions of people, billions of football fans around the world for his display, as well as his performances and goals, especially the goals that will never be forgotten. And speaking of good goals, I'll praise Dele Alli as an Arsenal fan, and as an Arsenal and football fan. It was a top strike, the overhead kick, and I like overhead kicks. Most beautiful goals you can ever see, and yeah, shout out to Dele Alli for scoring that goal. So yeah, back on Mikel Arteta's press conference, and he spoke about Thomas Partey. He said that he is in the squad, and he said that he will pick the team. Yes, well, it was tonight, which was yesterday night, so we shall find out. And there was a question asked about Bellerin, and it was said that Bellerin said that Mikel Arteta's like a big brother to him. Oh, yeah. Now you wonder why he's in the first team, undeservedly so. And Mikel Arteta, well, he put heaps of defences into it. He said, look, Bellerin is, he's a guy that he's always picked. He said that, look, he will be picking a team and players, and he's got a number of players to look after. Well, he didn't say in them words, but he said that he's got a number of, I think he said in his own words, he's got a number of players that he wants to work with, and he always helps every player. He always wants to help every player improve. And he said, and the question was asked about Cedric Suarez, will he start tonight? And will he start tomorrow? And he said that he'll be picking the team tonight. But personally, I know why I picked Suarez. And for some of you that have watched my previews, you would understand why I will always go with Suarez regardless, because I'm not a fan of Bellerin. I'm just simply not a fan of Bellerin. And that's the God honest truth. I ain't gonna beat around the bush and tell you a lie. I've given my reasons for why I won't pick Bellerin, and it's based on constructive criticism and his performances of recent years, and that's the unfortunate truth. Now, 6, maybe 7 years ago, if Bellerin had put in the performances as he is capable of putting in, then I would have had no problem with well, let's go back about maybe, was it? No, maybe I'm over exaggerating a bit. Let's go back about 4-5 years ago when Bellerin was really on top of his game, and when he had a hefty injury, and this is where Mikel Arteta praised him for coming back from his injuries and putting in his best work for the team. But for me, he's just not competent enough to play for Arsenal, if I'm saying it nicely. And that area called the right back needs addressing in the summer, along with another 2 or 3 positions in the team. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. And he was asked about our league positioning, and he said that, and the question was asked, can we get into the top 4? He said, while it's not mathematically impossible, we will play to win in every game. And I'm like, well, we're sitting 11th, and that's what was asked, and that's what was said in the press conference in the question. And yeah, we're sitting in 11th, and it's a shame. And I would say this from my point of view: I like Arteta. I'm not Arteta out. I trust the process only to an extent. Yeah, I just want to stress that out. I trust the process only to an extent. Yeah? If you want to come onto this comment section and question what I've said, then do so, yeah? You know where my comment section is. Your reaction to this video, your opinions, your thoughts are more than welcome. Oh, and by the way, smash the likes button. Yeah, my tongue's twisted. Smash the thumbs up like button for me, as well as share the video all over the world to your friends and your family, And please do subscribe to my channel. That's myself and I only, DLG Reppin. And speaking of subscribing or subscribers, I only need another 910 as it stands, and I can start doing live streams with you guys. So you can, well, so I can get to the whole world this way. But yeah, what was I speaking about before? I'm on the topic. Yeah, our league positioning, and he said while it's mathematically not impossible, we will play to win every game. And I'm like, reality is we're not going to get nowhere near the top four. We're just not going to get nowhere near the top four. Maybe no. We're not even going to get nowhere near the top six. Never mind the top four. But I've said earlier that I am prepared to give Arteta another opportunity, meaning that I'll give him to the end of next season. And if our league positioning does not meet expectation based on improvements, then for me, Arsenal Football Club will have to make another change in the right direction to put this football club and the football team in the closer to the dizzy heights of the summit. Arteta's not had the best of summers, yeah? He's been mucked about. Let's be honest. The board, Stan Kroenke, have mucked him about. And I say Stan Kroenke as our owner. They've mucked him about. They did the last minute thing in bringing Thomas Partey for the transfer value of 45 million. Bravo, but these things should have been done in the middle of the transfer window so we can have more than enough time to prepare for pre-season. Okay, January, it was going to be impossible to sign a player on a permanent deal. Apart from one centre-half. He goes by the name of Kabak or Rabak, 18 years old, Tunisian or Dutch under 18 international or whatever nationality he's duly come from. But for me, that was the reality we had to live with. Otherwise, in terms of loan signings, I can't complain about Odegaard and Matt Ryan. So in terms of the question of the league position, I was thinking to myself, what kind of question is that? And he's going to answer it as if the Arsenal fans or those in the Arsenal board of directors wanted to hear what they wanted to hear. The truth is, yeah, he should just come out and say it how it is. We've got no chance. We're just going to have to, try and win every league game that we can possibly can. But I'm not expecting the top six or the top four. I'm not going to give you an answer that you want to hear. Stuff that. You're going to hear it how it is. All I can say on this matter is we just win every league game as much as possible and collect as many points as possible for that matter. I wish Arteta had come out and been a little bit more honest on that question. But other than that, that was his press conference, and I thought I'd do a video on the press conference. There's not much football content to take on note, so I decided not to do the usual football content that I normally love to do. But I will be back later on with the team news, and I'll try and bring you this Thursday's gossip column as well along the way. Hopefully this Thursday, and depending on the content as well. Other than that, ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, I'm going to cut this short and say thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you ever so much for watching. Also, always putting up with me. Like I always say, like, comment, share, and please do subscribe to my channel. That's myself and I only, DLG Reppin. DLG, for those of you that want to know what it stands for as you're watching for the first time, Dele London Guna. Reppin spelled Romeo Echo Papa Indigo November. Can't stress it any more than that. I'll be back for the team news for sure, and I won't miss that for the world. Other than that, if you're waking up or you've been awake since maybe 7 a.m. in this country, called London, England, should I say, then keep enjoying your day, keep staying safe, and be happy. Also, peace again, love again, and bless again, as always. Always a pleasure talking to you, football fans all over the world. So, one more thing for me to say, yes, you know it. Be nice!